Welcome back to some more EU4 with me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun, playing as East Frisia. Last episode we finally formed a colony, which, because I'm not very imaginative, is New Shotland, Dutch version of Nova Scotia. Recording this episode in the same batch as the previous episode, so if you came with video, like ideas in the video in that comment section about what to name it. Haven't seen it yet. This will probably be the last video for the recording patch though, so maybe I'll see it by then. Maybe I won't, depends what we record next. Anyway, we're able to form a colony. We finally get to do the acquire subjects mission, because we have Verdun as a vassal, remember? I nearly forgot. We are probably going to take this opportunity to tell Verdun that you are now a different religion. They're not going to be very happy about it. We flipped them to Reformed. But because of this option, we do lose some liberty desire. They're probably still not going to be very happy with us, so we're going to placate them slightly. There you go. They're under 50%, that's all I really care about, and it will tick down. We also have the complete a Grand Fleet mission completed. Don't think this is going to be super useful for right now, but I'm going to flip it because I'll forget about it otherwise. Getting another admiral's not a bad thing. I wish it was an explorer, but what are you going to do? Gives us the option to try and dominate trade, which we're not very close. So a lot of the missions we could genuinely get are pretty much done. Building a treasury might be possible in the moderate future, but not anytime soon. Back to Europe. France is getting its backside handed to it. Denmark is starting to siege out Riga, which is a little bit annoying, but I mean, frankly, this is what it was here for, was to distract other nations, and that's exactly what it's doing. We're going to try and piece this out relatively soon, just because, well, there are a lot of work to deal with. They don't have a navy anymore, so we don't really have to worry about that side of things, but it's still a lot of work. They have a lot of troops, they have a lot of manpower. It's just not worth doing, really. We did get our claim on Atacammu, or whatever it's pronounced as. We're going to attack them now purely because the Iroquois will not get involved because they're hopelessly in debt. We do have the Peacock and the Powhatan to contend with as well, but they're tiny, so I'm not worried about that. I just have to wait for a diplomat to come back before we pull the trigger. France did complete this colony. I don't know where they're putting their colonists next, so I don't really want to hang around and find out. We do have another colonist free. We're going to settle in the gap between our colony and the province we want to take. We're going to expel more Westphalian minorities, I think. There we go. So, you can move into that gap. You're going to come down here, I think. Yeah, because we're going to want to deal with the Pico as soon as possible. So we'll do that maneuver. We wish we had open borders through this province. It's very annoying that England did classic England things with that, but not hugely surprising. Finally, this province is finally done. Like, finally done. It feels like it's been being done forever. So at least we have the vast majority of Nova Scotia covered now. Not quite all of them, although I do like the name Ile Royale. Has to be said. I do think that's kind of nifty. I just think it's neat. This is less neat. They need to stop doing that. Alright, I just noticed France left. I didn't realise they had left that siege. That's mildly inconvenient. Because in order to get enough war score to take... I need to take 2 provinces off Nassau, and it'll probably be these 2. It'll be Breda, and it will be Zealand. It creates an astronomical amount of aggressive expansion if I take any more than this. And even this is borderline. So we're not going to take more than that. It does then mean what the heck do we do with Denmark after the fact? But that may depend on what happens in the religious war. Will really very much determine what we do, because the big downside of not being in that war is I won't be in the peace treaty. So that's not ideal. The Iroquois still won't jump in. Excellent. Thank you very much. I'm just going to walk in there now. I don't have another general, but that's fine. I guess we might as well put the Admiral on some stack. You already have a leader. Cool. You do as well. So guess what, guy that has... You got pretty good stats. You're going to go over here, and then this group is going to get you, I guess. For now. Feels like a lot of pips on a guy that's just doing trading, but it's better than doing nothing. Combine that stack back together, please. Do we think we can complete this siege before they complete Holding's siege? I would say yes. I'm going to stay in place. Even if it means I'm going to have to temporarily do this to bop that 9k stack. That was quick. Are they going to run over there? No, they're not. So we can continue sieging. Well advised is an okay trait. 8k stack. Where are you going? Probably to Manhattan. I want another general. Can't really afford one, so I'm going to say no. I could put my... Brave, but do I want to put my king on there? He's 65, and he's not that good. Go on, then. He's not a terrible military leader, considering his base stat is a 2. 17,000 troops. Do we think we'd still be okay? Probably, but it's borderline. That's a pretty big stack. Combine that together to 1, 2, 3. Everybody else is going to go and pop that and then come back. I don't think they'll be able to run away. No, they won't. Excellent. This is why I want to get Nassau out of the war as soon as possible, because they're just eating resources. Mostly time is the resource, but there we go. Siege of Nassau is over. Will they give us what we want? They will. They'll give me war reparations on top of that. Is there anything else I want? I'm not going to pillage them. That's just more aggressive expansion. I'm going to make you break your alliance with Austria. There we go. Because I don't want Austria allied to you guys. They're going to be unhappy about it. But I think we'll still be fine. Okay. This stack needs to go contend with this next, please. Let's get back up to Denmark. Meanwhile, how are we doing downtown? You guys aren't going anywhere. That's interesting. Economic decisions. More unrest for more money. Or slightly more unrest for slightly more money. But for longer. I don't think this really matters. Well, if you guys are going to sit there like lemons, I'm going to go and siege your province. I don't know, you guys aren't doing anything, so... Might as well do something. AI is making a weird decision. I'm not sure why it's doing what it's doing. This stack can also move. Can you reach there? Yeah, go for it. What do I have open borders with? I think like I'm costing myself. Yeah, Lubeck, I don't need open borders with you anymore. Cancel that. Save me some Diplo points. Thank you. Oh, that's not good. Why did France break their alliance with us? Because they hate us. Why do you hate us? Because they want my colonies. Well, that's a shame. It was always going to happen. But I was hoping to get a bit longer out of that than I did. And you're not going to give me anything with these favours either, are you? Nope, because you hate me. Well, that's a pity. So that's going to change our plan a little bit, because clearly we don't have a big bulldog to wreck everything for us now. Nobody will join an alliance with us because we're currently aggressors in a war, but it makes me wonder who we're going to pivot to. Austria hates France anyway, so if anything, this will make Austria like us a bit more. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. But they're not super powerful. France is definitely stronger. This then becomes a case of, will Spain not hate me? We do have a colony that's near them. That might be a little bit dangerous. Then it becomes, will Portugal be okay? But then Portugal's probably going to get absolutely wrecked. And they hate us. Portugal has no enemies but 3 rivals. How has that happened? Yeah, they absolutely hate us, so that's not going to happen. Bohemia hates Austria. Poland then might become a slightly more interesting option. If I can get them to not be friends with Bohemia, they would be pretty much perfect as an ally. Because they wouldn't be competing with me colonially. The only better ally I could possibly get is the Ottomans, and that is not happening. So, I wish, but no. Who doesn't like France? Nassau, Spain, Austria, that's no new information to us. I guess we'll just improve relations with Poland and see what happens. But at least France waited to break our alliance until, well, our colony's up and running. I mean, that's a key component. I mean, we're not going to do this, obviously, but we could technically start taking colonies from France eventually, if France gets enough of a toweling in this war. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Also, why are you taking an eternity to get over there? Because you're just slow. Okay. There. At least it's an honest answer. This is so ugly. I know I've said it before. Although, the red stripes of East Frisian, Denmark, is ugly. I think the other way around might be even uglier. You'll have to let me know what you think. New land claimed in Meppen. Where? Where would it be claimed? But it gets us to push to development 10. We're going to take tax income for now, please. Development's tempting too, but I'm going to take tax income. I'll give them to autonomy. That's fine. Where are they fleeing to? Probably just the capital. Once we've reoccupied this, we're going to deal with Mecklenburg, I guess, next. Yeah, we can say we did our bit to help the Holy League. We just weren't involved in the Holy League's war. Unsurprisingly, given how many nations are on the side of the Catholic faction, they're winning. They're not winning to the degree that you would probably think, though. But again, that's because I was sitting on Nassau for so long. And Denmark's not having a great time either, although it has to be said that was mostly because of Sweden, not us. Get out of the coalition. Go away. I ain't got no time for that. Should probably start coring them, though. So we want to do... Don't do the Abenaki culture group one. There we go. It does cost me 4% overextension, so it might be worth doing anyway. But it feels like wasted administrative points, because if we're going to utilize this province, it's going to be to make another colony. So coring it is pretty much entirely a waste. So I'd rather not, if I don't have to. Up to 21,000 troops. That's a little bit scary. 85% roll, so we've been failing constantly. Cool. Thanks for completing nothing with Riga. That works for me. Where are you going? Leafland? Okay, you're still going there, so you're going to get wrecked. Doesn't matter that it's woods. Really, Nassau? I am going to ignore you so it auto-declines. And that's giving us the opportunity to buddy up to Austria a bit more. In fact, is there anything I can do to get that level higher? Doesn't look like it right now. They're losing money as well. And they don't like us very much. Yeah, there's nothing I can really give them to make them happy. I guess I'll just keep the diplomat there for now, so it's still capped at the number it's capped at. Yeah, you're going to stay, and the one at Poland can come back. That's a stat wipe. Beautiful. Who else were we at war with? Oh, down here. Okay, well, we'll go over and occupy that and make some gold out of the bargain, I guess. Because, yeah, this is going to be tricky. I really want to take land off Denmark, but I also don't want to get the entirety of Europe in a coalition against me. I would describe that as suboptimal. So, would quite like that to not happen. How many natives do you have? 500, 500. That's fine. Our colony is starting to produce some troops. It has 3,000 of them. That's fine. I don't want them to really do anything right now. They're not strong enough to do anything, but it's cool that they're trying. Other federations in a coalition against Spain. The Europeans aren't very popular. Who would have seen that coming? Oh, Wurtemberg converted religion to the winning team. Why would you leave? Why would you leave this siege? What are you doing? Why are you dumb? We won the city of Massachusetts, or the siege of Massachusetts. Where did their big army go? That looks like the pepper that Homer eats when he goes crazy. I wonder where they went. Why are you sieging this out? What have you done? Oh, okay. I see how this is. So, we get a new colony, and then suddenly all the natives attack. So the Mi'kmaq conquest of that province they've already occupied, which is very rude. And then they've got the attack... we're the attacker here, so that one's fine. Oh, I guess the Mi'kmaq just decided they were going to attack my colony. That's very rude. Can we enforce peace? Thank you. White peace. Don't do that again. Siege of Rostock. That's fine. We can probably siege them out at this point. I don't need to occupy all this stuff. That's just a waste of manpower. And I don't have a lot of manpower. Don't have a lot of men to waste. And I don't want to eat any more aggressive expansion, so we're just going to take money. And I guess that's about it. And I can't do it because we don't have any diplomats available. Excellent. Just get out of the way then. We'll wait till they get back. Oh, boo, no free ships. I feel bad about attacking these guys. It's a cool flag, too. I like this flag. I know it's just a tree, but it still looks cool. They might even peace out right now. Yeah, because it's not like they lose everything. They just move to a different province. Assuming they have any to move to. I might as well take Massachusetts while I'm at it. They won't give this away because I haven't occupied it. I guess I just need a diplomat faster than I have one available. Kozlar's in a coalition, that's fine. Yeah, so you're going to notice that this aggressive expansion looks bad, but realistically, not that big a deal. I mean, obviously there are people that are going to get involved that I'm not super happy about, but it's not that bad. I think we could do the annexed military tribe, migratory tribe if we're going to be really, really rude about it, but I don't want that. I just want this province specifically. And I guess I don't need to take this. I don't want all the aggressive expansion in the world currently. That would... I don't want all of North America attacking me as well, so I guess we'll just wait and take money off them. Get war reparations for all that's worth. Yeah, because I don't want to wreck all the stuff, currently anyway. We don't have the capacity to do so, but eventually we're probably going to. Okie dokie. would be okay if they took that province from French Canada. That would be fine. And yeah, Nassau is occupying almost all of the French colony, which is funny. I'm okay with that. I was really rooting for you, France, and then you ruined everything. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't need a diplomat that way. I will take your deal, Mecklenburg. That's very reasonable. It's nice when the AI gives you sensible answers. It's pretty rare. Finally, we have printing press, so we'll start having it spread at a reasonable pace. And yeah, institution spread, please, now. Now's a perfect time for this to happen. We could do a golden era. I don't think we need to do it yet. I think we'll wait. Although we are really nailing the splendor in this age, the Age of Reformation. We have 4 of them done. We're never going to get create a colonial empire. That's not happening. Like, we're not getting 5. And clearly we're not getting Asian trade or unifying the culture because of Nassau. But, yeah, the other ones we have absolutely nailed. Nassau will definitely hate us for the rest of time, but oh no, anyway. And we don't need our king to be... No, we don't want our king to be the leader at this point. We don't need him to be. No point just running the risk of having him die on the field. Probably not a good investment. I was going to say, did they come back for Riga? They did, but they don't have enough troops to even siege it. So, who cares? So yeah, how are we going to play this? Cool, thanks for all the trade dispute, that's fine. How are we going to play this from an aggressive expansion perspective? Because theoretically, even if we took nothing from Denmark, you can see there's a lot of Europe that could get involved, including Nassau, who will almost certainly join the coalition the next time they can, which is in 10 years' time. So there's a couple of ways to play this, because we're going to end up with a really painful situation in 10 years' time. We need Switzerland to leave the coalition. I think they will. Mainz might or might not. Goslar probably will. Gelre almost certainly will not get out of the coalition. Really, what we need is for Nassau to not be the Holy Roman Emperor. But the problem is we don't have a dog in that fight. We can't make a decision. We're not eligible to become Emperor, and we can't choose for anybody else to be. Our only real hope is that either Britain or France attacks Nassau, both of which potentially could, but are not in a good state of affairs right now. Spain will not attack them, it's too far away, even though historically Spain was up here. It isn't going to happen. I'm going to have to wipe... Well, not wipe these. I'm going to take money off Denmark. But I can't take land off them. I really want it, and I can't take it. Could humiliate them for power projection. Usually that's a really wimpy option, but there's genuine appeal to that on this occasion because it'll put me over the 50 threshold, which gives me 3 more monarch points a month. There's no need for me to release this, even if they would. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm not happy about this. But I'm going to just humiliate them, get war reparations, and then this tiny amount of gold. They don't have any aggressive expansion against me, so they can't join a coalition. I'm hoping that that Sweden doesn't get any land. And I don't think they will, because they were on the Protestant side of the Holy League War. And they'll almost certainly lose. So I think we're okay doing this. The only way that could go backwards is if they force Denmark to sign a peace treaty before the war ends. Which could happen. It would suck, but it could happen. Particularists in my vassals' territory don't really care. I can't even reach them. I was going to check. If I could, maybe I'd deal with it, but I can't, so no. We do have 2 loans, so I'm not going to go spending crazy money right now, but I am going to reduce our army maintenance because I want to make some big cash temporarily. Just make some big old money. I'll also split this stack in half so I can deal with outbreaks of rebellion from natives. That must be my colony that's decided to put that there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we didn't go here. Rudolf Meninga. We're perfectly fine with this colony colonizing its own land. You can make them not do it. You can stunt their growth, but I want them to. I want them to do some of the expansion so we don't have to pay for it. We're still going to expand for them, but then we do have to be careful about making them too big. If they get too big, then we're either going to have to reduce tariffs on them and make no money at all, or they're going to try and declare independence, which would be catastrophically bad. But now that we're out of war, how are we going to play this? Austria likes us, but only by the skin of our teeth. It's that 89 unlawful territory. It's because the Emperor hates us, and obviously the Emperor hates us. We've taken land from them, but the fact that they hate us makes life infinitely more difficult than it needs to be. Don't really have anything for our diplomats to do currently, unless we want to try and find another alliance. We're already at our cap, but it's because of Verdun. Scotland would join us, Gotland would join us, but all that is pretty irrelevant. We don't want to ally a native faction. Sorry, it's just not very tempting. So, outraged and threatening, one apiece, please. Why on earth would you... I was going to say, why would you pick the Iroquois as the first option? Because you know as soon as you're done, it's 65 days of travel. Maybe that's why. Maybe they just wanted a holiday. Lazy diplomats. Ay. Okay, so now that you're back at home, go mothball, because I don't need the navy right now. And our admiral died. Boo! He's the one that was at sea, and there wasn't even a sea though. He's just sitting on the boat, probably just having a pina colada or something. Yeah, diplomacy, please. Let's try and improve some relations. Improving the relations like that will hopefully reduce the aggressive expansion a bit more quickly, because boy, do we know we need it. I don't want to lose prestige. Are we at our cap? We are. Our prestige base is terrible. I don't really care if England doesn't like me. England is not the scary one. They also have no manpower. They do have a lot of ships, but they have no manpower and not very many troops. So, yeah, don't really care too much. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to go overseas because they outnumber us so badly navally. But I don't think we'd have any problems. I think we'd be fine. This is going to be a very Westphalian part of the country. Yeah, ooh, both options are good. No, we'll take that. I don't mind a bit of unrest for more more institutional spread, or even more religious spread, which is what I was about to say, and that would have been wrong. How are we looking? So we cannot afford to convert to printing press as an institution. I don't have that much money, but we are. Yeah, we're ticking over at a pretty good pace. We're in the 70s and 80s. Mid-60s. Yeah, we'll get that institution reasonably soon. Kikonteku has had its Westphalian minority expelled. Wait one day. Do we want to go here next? Just to tidy this up. It would be more valuable to go here, but we can't because neither of these have been completed. We could go here. Inland is not as tempting. And I'm almost thinking, why don't we get some of the gaps that Spain hasn't grabbed yet? And maybe we will get a colony in Eastern America. It'll be a tiny fractured colony, clearly. We have one province here, one province here, then we can do 1, 2, 3, I guess, to make the colony. And then it'd have to be expansion in. Not super tasty, but, I mean, better than the kick in the pants. Probably want to go here because I want to get that tobacco. Do we want to send a colonist? Yeah, we don't want to send the Westphalian one, though. We want a different one, preferably. We're not going to have a Dutch minority. We don't really have a Danish minority, so I guess for now, take this Lower Saxon group, please. Alrighty, so we've made some progress this episode. Not in the way I intended. I intended to take land off Denmark. We, in fact, took land off Nassau. England's getting its butt handed to it by the Austrian stack, so that's cool. It could even give us an idea to take on the take the colonies over here. We'll think about that next episode. Maybe I will do one more this session. Like the video if you did. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.